So hello friends, once again welcome back in our video series of C programming by TechBooster. So friends, in this video we'll learn about nested if statement. So what do we mean by nested if statement? So from the name itself you can guess this is nothing but having one if condition within another if or else condition. So this is our syntax which will make everything very clear. So here you can see this is my first condition, condition 1. And this is my condition 2. So I am having this condition 2 within my condition 1. That is, if your condition 1 is satisfied, then we'll check our condition 2. And if your condition 2 is satisfied, then your statement 1 will get executed, or else directly the statement that you have within your else will get executed. Similarly, you can place this if condition, that is for condition 2, inside your else statement. Or if you have another else if statement, even you can use this condition within that as well. So this is nothing but our nested if statement. So in order to understand this particular thing in better way, we'll consider an example here. So you can see this is my example here. Write a C program to check the status of student, whether pass or fail, considering 3 subjects. So here in this case, we'll check the status of our student, that is the result of our student, whether pass or fail. And here we have conditions like student will be considered pass if they achieve overall minimum 40% and 30% in all subjects individually. So here in this case we have 2 conditions. Like our student will be considered pass if he or she achieves minimum 40% overall. And then also the student need to achieve minimum 30% in individual subject. Like if your overall percentage is 70, but if you have failed in either one of 3 subjects, you will be considered as fail. So let us open a code block and try to solve this example. This is my code block. First of all, I will just create a new file and let me save it by the name nested if. So now, as always, we will be starting with our header file. Include stdio.h main function. Now we'll have our program here. So here in this case we will consider our user input. So we need to have 3 variables here. So let me consider mark 1, or let me consider A, B, C. These are my 3 variables. And as we will be considering user input, so let me just print a message, printf, enter the mark of, like here in this case if I consider 3 subjects, English, Science and Maths. So I will consider enter the mark of English. Scanf, percentage D. Here in this case we will consider our integer, so this will be percentage D, address operator, and then A. So I'll just copy this one. Let me copy this 2 line. When we have option of copy and paste, we need to use that in full way. Now let me consider next subject, let it be math, and my third subject, let it be science. And here my variables will be your B and C. Now this will enable our users to enter mark for all these 3 subjects. Now first of all, here we'll calculate our overall percentage for these 3 subjects. So here if I consider my percentage can be a floating number. It can also be an integer, or it can also be a floating number. So better to consider float. Float, let me consider P equals to, here basically I'll consider my total mark as 100 for individual subject. So this will be your A plus B plus C, now divided by 3. So this will give me my overall percentage. Now comes our condition. So here first of all we'll check whether the particular student has achieved over 40% or not. So here my first condition will be if P less than 40, if P less than 40, no, I'll consider if P greater than 40. Let it be if P less than 40. I'll just print student has failed as the overall percentage is less than 40. So here, and the percentage is percentage F comma P. So this is your first message. Now here in this case, if my first condition is not satisfied, like suppose if our student has achieved more than 40, in that case we need to check our second condition. Now here again what I will write, else if P greater than equal to 40. So here in case, like if a student has secured above 40 or equal to 40, then we need to check our second condition, that the student has cracked each and every subject individually or not. That is, the student has secured more than or equal to 30% in each and every individual subject. So here comes our nested loop. So here I have a condition. Now within this condition we need to check our second condition. So here what I will write, if A less than 30, here I will use my OR operator, if B less than 30 or C less than 30. That is, if either of these three conditions are satisfied, then what we will print, student has failed. I'll just copy this particular line. Here I'll just print my message, student has failed as the individual percentage in each subject is less than 30. And the overall percentage is okay, great. Now here, if in case this condition is not satisfied, then what will print, else, like here this if condition is not satisfied, then what will print, student has passed, student is passed. Print F, student has successfully passed. Overall percentage is percentage F comma P. Okay, so here in this case, as I have only two conditions, here instead of using your else if, I can simply use else. Now once done, you can simply run this one. Let me just return 0 here. Now once you run this particular code, I have an error in line number 24. Maybe I have not used semicolon here. Yes, I have not used semicolon. Let me check other lines as well. Okay, so it's good now. Now once you run, you can see I have the option where I can enter markup English. So let it be your 50. press. So now here I need to enter mark of math, let it be 60, and here I need to enter mark of science, so let it be 80. So once you press enter, you can see student has successfully passed. Overall percentage is 63. So this is our first case. Now again let me run the program and check out our second case. Okay, so here in this case, if I consider my mark to be 32, 35 and 39. Now once you press enter, you can see student has failed as the overall percentage is less than 40. Now here my case is my overall percentage is less than 40. Student has individually cleared all the subjects, because here the mark of individual subject is greater than 30, but the overall percentage is less than 40. That's the reason student has failed, and here the overall percentage is 35. Now here in this case, let me just check out one thing. Now if I run for my third condition, okay, so here in this case, if I consider my mark to be 59, 80 and 25. So here you can see I have successfully cleared two subjects and my overall percentage will also be more than 40, but here in my third subject I have secured only 25. So based on our condition, student should fail. So once you press enter, you can see student has failed as the individual percentage in each subject is less than 30. Here our third condition is satisfied and the percentage here is 54. So this is our overall percentage. So from here you can see, or you can say that our program is running well, and here all our conditions are satisfied. So this is our nested if. So even in your coming time we'll be using this one. So I hope this example is clear, and with this I'll be winding this video here. Now you can practice this particular example and then directly you can move on to our next video. So we'll see you in my next video. Till then, goodbye and take care.